Hold on this.
Good evening, everyone, from wherever you're joining us around the world. We are so excited and we are so excited to see all of you for this highly anticipated session in celebration of the DTLC.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Lydia, you're muted.
I'm back.
Yes.
So today, we gather to recognize not only the incredible achievements of our participants from the beginning of this year, but also to recognize their dedication, their resilience, and transformative steps that they've taken to sustain a healthier and more fulfilling lifestyle. It's truly a privilege to have each of you here with us, participants, supporters, team members, and special guests joining us from different corners of the globe. Event is actually a testament to the power of community, education, and intentional living. Over the course of this session, we take time to reflect on the remarkable journeys we've witnessed, the lessons learned, and the challenges we've overcome. Our program has always emphasized the importance of cultivating habits that go beyond temporary change, prioritizing long-term health and wellness. Today, we celebrate how these values have been embraced and practiced by our outstanding participants. A huge thank you goes out to all the facilitators, the doctors, our champions who have worked tirelessly to ensure the success of DTLC. Your dedication, rather, has made this journey not only impactful, but also truly inspiring. As we dive into the session, let's use this opportunity to connect, celebrate, and re-energize our commitment to a sustainable, healthy lifestyle. So whether you're a participant or a supporter, you are an integral part of this shared mission. And your presence today is truly invaluable. So let's get started. Prepared to be inspired, celebrate success, and
Hold on.
explore the exciting path ahead in achieving and sustaining a life well lived. Our main topics for tonight, we'll be
Hold on.
celebrating the
Hold on.
progress.
Hold on.
Okay,
Then unmute. You have to mute all first because everybody's talking. Okay. You can unmute
okay,
now. Okay.
okay,
Mm.
okay. So our main topics for tonight, we'll be
Present.
celebrating the progress of our participants who have been with us in the DTLC program. Then we'll move on to reflecting on key achievements and lessons learned. Then we'll equip participants with strategies to sustain healthy lifestyle changes for long-term benefit. So it's my utmost pleasure to introduce Dr. Alice Ojuang, a visionary leader and the driving force behind the DTLC program. As the founder, she is dedicated to transforming lives through lifestyle education and sustainable health practices. So Dr. Ojuang's tireless efforts have impacted countless lives, helping participants not only achieve their goals, but sustain their progress for a healthier future. And today we are honored to have her here with us to share her knowledge. And we are so glad that she continues to uh, give her all to this program. So please join me in welcoming her to lead this discussion on our achievements. Welcome, Dr. Ojuang.
Thank you, Lydia, for the kind words and introduction. I think we work here as a team, everybody, all the facilitators and all the participants, so it's a teamwork. So thank you for that. And of course, when everybody does their best, then they bring out the best in all of us, the facilitators. So thank you and welcome everybody. I see Zambia, I see USA, I see South Africa, I see different parts of the world. I see Germany. Thank you. I have a great friend, Dr. O from the US, who always has a health wellness program in the US, one of my mentors. So I'm happy to have you here, Dr. O. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So today we want to just talk. We want to try not to have slides. Let's talk. So we have people who we have participants who've been in the Dtlc program from season 1 to season 8, which is just ending. In fact, today's program is courtesy of season 8. So season 8, we want to hear you. But what we are going to do, normally when we start a session, I usually have a quiz for you to do so that you can score yourself. But today, I'm not giving you a quiz. I'm showing you a short video. It's 4 minutes and it's called The Choice. So I want you to watch it and then let's discuss the choice after this. It's just a video about lifestyle and the choices that you make and where these choices can lead you. Then after that, we can go on to discuss further. So I'm going to share my slides now on my screen and share sound. Okay. Okay. So I want you to watch this very keenly, listen to the noises, listen to everything that's happening, and then this is your quiz for today. So I'd like each one of you to participate at least. Thank you very much. Here we go. Yes. Okay. So that was your quiz, the video, the 4-minute video. So what did you understand and appreciate from the video? You can raise your electronic hand or just unmute and speak. Portia, you're ready to speak? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so we have two gentlemen. One lived dangerously, ate whatever, drank Coke, didn't exercise,
Yes.
just and did not eat right.
Uh-huh.
Listen to news with bad news
Yeah.
on 95.6, whereas the other person ate well, exercised, listened to audiobooks when he's driving, associated with friends, did not sit on his phone. We saw
Yes.
him turning off the phone a lot instead of,
Mm-hmm.
got things done
Mm-hmm.
because of his good lifestyle practices and had success story, awards and stuff like that. And we saw the other gentleman getting bigger and bigger. Saw him getting fat, if I may use that word. I'm sorry, it's not a word I use often. And
Okay.
it's clear that one is unhealthy because of wrong choices, and the other one is healthy and thriving because of better life choices.
Thank you very much, Dr. O. We appreciate that. Yes. Okay. Yes. Uh, Jibenga, go ahead, please.
Well, it reminds me of
That's the
the.
founder of a Nigerian center in DC in
All
the
right.
US.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Please go ahead.
It reminds me of the saying, "What your thoughts, they become your action. Your
Mm-hmm.
actions become your habits. Your habits become your lifestyle." And
Mm-hmm.
it's a circle altogether. Like application, those little choices and actions we take on, if- for the most part, unconsciously,
Mm-hmm.
really becomes a lifestyle. And for
Yes.
me, I'm thinking, hey, I need to drink more water in the morning than
Mm-hmm.
waking up with coffee.
Yes. That's a good one. Okay. Lifestyle. The little choices we make became lifestyles. Okay, thank you. We have two people. Somebody else. I think, Portia, you tried to speak, but I didn't hear you. Thank you very much, Dr. Jibenga. I hope I pronounced it right. So for those who've come, we've just done a quiz, watched a video that helps us to show two different people following different lifestyles. So what did you observe? Portia, go ahead. You can join me here a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, a little bit, yes.
Okay, let me try to put in the heads.
It's okay, we can hear.
How about
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So the first speaker, the doctor said most of the things that I was going to say, but I also noticed on the face, the guy who munched the junk food, he also had skin problems. It seemed like his face was not as bright and clear as the other guy who fed on nutritious food.
Yes, thank you. The skin looked sick, okay, as compared to the other one. Yes, Rose Asiago, go ahead.
I wanted to say that the other thing that I noticed is that you can still have fun, you can still also go out, have fun, but make mindful choices that amount to good habits, and you can still be social. That's the other aspect. You can be social, can have fun, and be productive while making mindful choices for your health and your own mental health. Yeah. Because the one who made the right choices in food and lifestyle slept well and probably had better mental health.
Yes. Okay, very good. Dr. Jibenga, last comment, and then we go on to the next. Is that an old hand or a new hand? Okay, we have some chats some chats here. Somebody says, well, healthy lifestyle and unhealthy lifestyle. Thank you. The one with good habits got work done, achieved. The video is about choosing a right option. The guy chose work. Okay? So it's choosing. So, in other words, if we go on to a bad course, if we keep persisting into a bad course, those small choices will become actions. So the small choices of, okay, sorry, Jibanga, let me use your words. Taking coffee instead of water, they just become your actions and you're consistently doing the wrong thing. And then they become habits, and habits become your way of life. So then they become your bad way of life that actually affects your health. So if you're here with us today, the people who've gone through the Dtlc program and the people who have not. So we want to share with you some of the experiences we had, and these are some of the videos that we also discussed. So just remember once more, let me say, small choices become actions, actions become habits, and habits become our way of life. And I'm sure you want a better way of life. So thank you for participating in that video. And also a private message somebody sent here. The music changes. The music changes. It comes from slow music and then becomes intense. It means your habits are becoming intense. They're coming either very good, good melody, or they're becoming very bad, affecting your health. You're tired. You're not eating properly. You're not sleeping. You're not resting. Your fatigue levels are going high and high. Your heart rate, and when you're not sleeping, what happens? All right. So thank you very much. So for the next session, over to you, Lydia.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a very interesting video that we can use to evaluate our own lifestyle at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah. So moving on to the next topic in our program tonight, we want to now reflect on key achievements and lessons learned. Over to you.
Okay, these achievements, I don't want to discuss them alone. I want people who have been in the program to just share their stories so that we can encourage other people, we can motivate everybody. So, who would like to go first? Who would like to share their achievements? I have a whole list of achievements that you have achieved, but you're the ones who've achieved them. So why am I talking on your behalf? Pastor Paul, karibu sana. Eh? Yes, Portia. Thank you for starting us off.
So this program has taught me a lot of. I would spend the whole evening if I was to say everything that I've learned and benefited from. But one thing that stands out for me is 2 weeks into the program, I noticed that my blood sugar was misbehaving. Remember, I contacted you, Alice? Yeah. So, of course, it was medication induced. And following this program, I applied everything strictly. And I'm very happy to say that this week, I had to go again to the hospital for a review because I've been going back and forth to the hospital. And this week, starting Monday, when they did the check, my blood sugar was coming back to normal. And when I checked this morning, it was actually very normal. So that is one of the benefits. I'll leave chance for others to speak. If there will be a need, I'll come back again. But for now, that's one of the main achievements that I have gotten from this program.
Thank you so much. And you have done the shorter program. You have done the 6-week program, not the 12-week program. So you've done very well. We are so proud of you. Thank you so much for sharing. We know that when your blood sugars are high or you've been told you're diabetes, it can be the most scary thing ever. But you know what? You can't control your blood sugar. You just need to know what to do. We'll give you some of the tips as we go, but you can. And a lot of people have actually been able to achieve and even reverse type 2 diabetes. For me, the reason I started this program is I mean, I've worked in dietetic practice for 25 years. I was working with people who want to lose weight and get healthy, and then working with people who are living with diabetes. But I find that most of the time, people living with diabetes used to come to me when things are already bad. They already have a complication, maybe they have a kidney problem, or they already have a wound in their leg that's making it very difficult for them to control their sugars. And I found that I really struggle to help them to get their sugars to where it's supposed to be. And so going forward, growing older and seeing how people are suffering, I realized, you know what, we can make a difference. Let's try and advertise and get people to join early when their blood sugars can still be managed and controlled without complications. So that's today I met a young nutritionist and they're asking us, why did you deal with that diabetes? I said, I deal with diabetes because it is one of the easiest condition to manage with diet. The easiest, let me tell you, don't be scared. But it is the worst condition if it is not well managed. And that is why I want to support people living with diabetes. You know, the rest are a walk in the park. Diabetes is also a walk in the park when you know what you want to do. So, yes, thank you so much for sharing. Nita, please go ahead. Nita, you can unmute. Let me ask to unmute. Okay. Okay. Maybe she's having a problem unmuting. Nita, unmute. Nita, are you?
I've unmuted. Yeah.
Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
saying on my side,
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying walking so much, Alice. I've walked until I've been able to control my sugar very well through the program. Actually, I was sharing with my insurance firm,
Yes.
telling them that this program, if they have other people who are suffering from diabetes, they should refer them to them. Because walking, I've maintained 10,000 steps since we stopped sharing, but I'm still walking and I enjoy walking. Also, checking my blood sugar level in the morning, in the evening before I go to sleep, I'm very happy I'm checking. And I find that as long as I keep my diet right, there is no problem. But if I make mistake and take carbohydrates at night, tomorrow my fasting sugar will never be the same. So I've learned to be disciplined with what I'm taking in. I take carbohydrates up to lunchtime. After that, vegetables, and they are doing fantastic job on me. I don't know about other people.
Thank you.
I'm very happy with you, Alice.
And the team, we are happy too. When you do your part and we get reports like this, we are energized for the next lot of people. So thank you very much. Nina was in the last program, season 7, and she did very, very well. Thank you, Nina. Nita.
Where is my certificate?
Yeah, why haven't you received it? Lydia, where is her certificate? Yeah?
I will look into that.
Thank you. Well done. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Who's going next? We're sharing achievements. Okay. As we do that,
Maybe I can go.
Yes, please. Go. Yes, you don't
Noah Sangay is my name.
Yes, Noah, go ahead.
In System 7.
Yes.
This program has helped me to have really change our mindset. I know what to eat. Even tomorrow, I've already planned what I'm going to eat. This is something I never used to think about. I do a lot of walking. I do a lot of swimming. And for sure, my doctor is very, very happy with me because he has reduced my medicine into a half.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping for the best in January when I go for another 3 months. According to him, he's likely to remove it if I continue that way. This is courtesy of this program, and I'm very, very happy for that. Thank you.
Oh, we are so happy for you. We are more than happy. Thank you so much for sharing. And you've encouraged me. I used to swim a lot, but I've been making excuses because of the weather. So I think I want to compete with you. I also want to swim away, Yes, And one thing about season 7, they have continued posting their blood sugars every morning after every meal. So they've adapted the life habits of monitoring their blood sugar before the meal and after the meal. And sometimes I don't even need to monitor. I like it when people post there, oh, my sugar is high. I know what I did. I ate carbohydrates last night. I had a large portion. So I don't even have to fight because they know exactly what they need to do. So thank you. Thank you very much. Charles, you are in season 6. How did you benefit from the program? Thank you for putting your hand up.
Yes, I was in season 6, and thankfully I've also joined season 7 and now 8. To join these as a champion. It's been quite an honor for me to join, and in the process also learning more.
Yes.
But the reason I joined season 6 mainly was to support my wife. Initially, I thought I would not benefit from this. I was just offering support, but turned out I've benefited quite immensely. I didn't consider myself, I was not diabetic, so I thought this program is not for me. However, because I've been treated for hypertension for about 10 years prior, then I fall under the category of metabolic syndrome. And in that case, then I need the program, though not diabetic. The benefits, from what I've gathered and experienced personally, benefits all, even those who consider themselves healthy would still benefit from it. We pick up bad habits along the way, even though we are healthy, we feel healthy. But you realize that in such a program, then the benefits that come help us even long term, so that we avoid some of the diseases in the future. For instance, the carbohydrate intelligence, just learning up, how to eat our carbohydrates and how not to eat, especially the carbohydrates. What other foods constitute carbohydrates? We all thought that legumes are protein 100%, but learning that, yes, that is probably just about 30-40% protein. So largely it's a carbohydrate. So knowing that really changed my eating habits tremendously. And I've tried to influence people. Sometimes you get into a discussion with somebody, you almost feel like you can, shake them down and tell them you're going the wrong route. But sometimes it's really slowly you appeal to them to see the benefits, especially when you're seeing that they're trying to manage a condition, but the habits are making the condition worse.
Yes.
So become an advocate in a silent way, but long term it ends up helping others as well. For instance, like for me, after some time also I got eye surgeries, quite a number of eye surgeries. So I was sedentary. And because of that, then it means I gained quite some weight.
Yes.
We struggled for what I have 1.5 years with my doctor to reduce. But just 7 weeks into the program, 8 to 10 weeks into the program, I lost 7 kilos. 7 kilos, and I'd struggled for 1.5 years to lose. That my doctor was even surprised, wondering, hey, something seems to be happening.
It took you 12 weeks to lose, and we didn't put you on a weight loss program, did we?
No, not at all. Just the normal discussions, what to eat, the portion size, quite important, exercise, which is also important. And sometimes people also immerse themselves in exercise to the extent that are not helpful, as we learned that even over exercise is not good for our bodies. Just doing right exercise, sufficient exercise, that helps us healthy. So it's like the title says, part of the title says, it's a total lifestyle change. I think really, really we all need it.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you very much. Okay. So I have like 4 hands. So we'll start with Oppo, then Joseph, then Janet. Thank you. Oppo, I think must be Adiambo. Thank you. Please go ahead. Yes.
Hello.
Adiambo. Yes.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Oh, it's great to see you, Dr. Sari. and to see everyone. Sorry, guys, I lost my phone, so I'm coming in as Oppo. I'm trying to learn to use the new gadget that I have.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to be here, for the new team and everybody else. I was in season 7 and an amazing program. I came in diabetic, very shaken and all that. And following the program, I was able to be disciplined enough. And along the way, I was off medication because I was doing my best with the meals. Alongside the medicine, for me to be when I was got reviewed and I dropped the medicine. So for me, it was victory. And I know I'd been doing very well in terms of even my weight. But I know after we finished the program, I struggled a little bit. But I know where I've gone wrong. I started eating normal, like with everybody else, because sometimes it takes a lot of planning as well. So, but I've seen, where I've gone wrong. So I'm getting back, to be able to eat. But anybody else who had not seen me before, I know I receive all the compliments that you've lost the weight. My nieces come from college and I'm like, oh, how I wish you had seen me after just finished season 7. So, but it's an amazing program, and thank you for all the support and all the knowledge. It's not gone to lost. I've not lost it, and I've also been preaching it to a lot of people. And I think one of my cousin is also in the program, and she's doing her best, and as much as they're away, so we're grateful. Yeah. So if you're here, just follow what you need to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And this is to encourage everybody's new. Keep up the good work. But right after this, at the Ambo, we're going to discuss what has been your challenges so that we learn also how to overcome these challenges. Thank you. We go to Mr. Oyuer and then we'll go to Mukami. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. And
good evening.
Yes, I'm happy to see you people here and just to share what we have been going through.
Yes.
Since we started the program, I've benefited a lot. Particularly, my blood sugar has really improved from what it used to be, because even this program is what has actually encouraged me to keep on checking my blood sugar. Yes. And I realized that it is very important to keep on checking. Apart from that improvement that I've seen, when I went for the medical tests last time,
yes.
When I compared my sugar with what I had, particularly the sugar that I had that time and this time, there is quite a lot of improvement. I've not yet gotten to the exact mark where I'm required to be, but I think I'll get there. I've also seen a lot of improvement in my pressure because I had high blood pressure as well. But now the blood pressure has really improved because I keep on checking. And the doctor advised me to stop the medicine for a while, the ones that I was taking for blood pressure. Yes. And I've stopped, and I've always seen that I'm within the required range. So we'll go back. I'll go back to the doctor and we review again to make a decision whether I have to drop the drugs completely. I've also lost weight. I lost 6 kilos, and actually I had a little bit of my problems with my clothes. I have to really readjust my belt.
Yes.
And I was even sharing with my wife that I should go and look for new outfit because the others are not fitting well.
Yes.
And then I was always taking tea, but now I'm getting out of tea. Although I still take in the morning, but tea in the evening, I've stopped that completely. And I've found that it is good. On the side of exercise, I still do my 10,000 steps. I try as much as possible to make sure that by the end of the day, I have 10,000 steps. And that has helped me. I feel good in the body. I feel light, and I've not come to a time that I've felt that I'm tired. I feel I've got energy.
Wow.
In terms of food, I watch the carbohydrates because I know it is the big problem. So I'm really
carbohydrate intelligence. Yes.
Yes, yes. And then the portions that I take, I really try to guard that. And also, what I've seen is that when I follow this, particularly taking vegetables in the evening, because before I could take a lot of meat in the evening, and I didn't know that it has some effect on the blood sugar. But now I take only vegetables, and particularly mix the cooked and the raw vegetables as well. And I've seen a lot of improvement. So I'm still work in progress, and I hope that I'll achieve. What I want is to actually reverse the type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
Thank you. I think I'll leave it there.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oyuer, for sharing. And I was so surprised to see your age the other day because you look very young. So he's not a young man speaking, but you can see he's achieved weight loss, blood pressure, blood sugar, no medication for blood pressure right now, reduced medication for blood sugar, and the doctor has said that he will see. And one thing I like about one of the things we discuss in the program is you need to monitor your health. You need to know your numbers. So what is a good blood pressure and what is a bad blood pressure? Don't ever be told your blood pressure is good. What is a good blood pressure? You need to know. So if you're managing your blood pressure, if you are taking medication, anything above 130/80, or 130/80, that is good control. And if you're taking medication and you start getting 110/70, then you need to talk with your doctor because that's on the lower side. I have doctors in my team. Dr. Tino Jalango, where are you? Dr. Maina, where are you? You need to help me with this. Thank you. And yeah, let's take Mukami and then Margaret, and then now we'll go on to the next part. Thank you. Let's start with Mukami. Yes, Mukami. Maybe you should
good
sit with
evening.
me a little. I'm a bit lonely here. Yeah. Hey, you're even in the car. Yes.
I'm in the car. I'm in church for an evening service, but I couldn't miss this session, so I stepped out for it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So what I would want to say about this program is I am forever grateful because there has been a significant change in my health. I am managing an autoimmune condition, and with this, I have had a lot of allergies. So when I first consulted Dr. Alice, she told me, "You will be well, sweetie," and I still remember, I hear your voice every time because you knew the secret of handling these issues. So I was put on intermittent fasting. That was late last year. And then I joined season 6. I think it was starting in March, somewhere there. So I learned a lot of things. One of the things that was a big problem for me was I had a sedentary lifestyle. So working out for me was not a friend. And of course, I wasn't eating right because I thought when you're sick, you need to make sure you don't feel hungry so that your medicine can work well. And at that point, I am actually handling food the wrong way. So there was a lot of teaching on how to eat right, when, what, how, all those things that I couldn't just learn in one sitting. So we had different sessions, the calculation of your steps and how to work out and working out the whole body. Then, of course, we did the circadian rhythm was a very new thing for me, how to sleep well, make sure you have enough rest and what is enough rest. So all those things were defined. Now, when I look back as we speak right now, my doses have been reduced. My rheumatologist is very impressed by what's going on. And I do not have to see him very frequently because I used to see him like twice a month or sometimes weekly, depending on the season. The other thing that has happened is I have not been admitted to hospital this year. Last year, I had 2 admissions. I have been having to go to hospital every year, and it was difficult for all of us. This year, I have not been admitted, and I'm very thankful that I'm doing better. The other significant thing that has happened is I was really struggling to lose weight because I was on steroids and they would make me add a lot of weight. So once I started and followed the instructions that were given, I have in total lost 12 kilos from last year, November. for me, that is a big gain because my doctor kept telling me, you need to do something about this, but I didn't know what to do about it. So looking back, I feel that there is hope for everyone, regardless of the condition you're managing. You can be able to enjoy life because you have been taught what to do and what not to do. And in that way, you'll be able to make informed decisions. So as I look back and I look at the people that I have invited, some of them say they're not sick, they're not managing. But from this class, I know everybody needs to learn this so that they make good choices and they prevent the onset of some conditions because they're preventable. So as we speak right now, I am looking forward to complete remission, and probably I will be out of medicine. I don't know how long it will take, but if I remain committed to what we have been taught, I will definitely be able to overcome this condition. Thank you so much, Alice and the group. I really, really thank you because I wouldn't have done this by myself. So Dr. Alice, you're a game changer. And I thank you so much for making everything better for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, Mukami. Thank you so much for sharing. We appreciate you coming out and being open. Here's one of my team members here, Dr. Atieno Jalango. Where are you? Okay. Please, can you join me here so people can also meet you? And some of the team members are not here today, but yes, thank you very much. That's one of my team members. So we're working here as a team. So did you hear Dr. Mukami's experience? She's autoimmune disease. It's not about diabetes or hypertension. And she's off medication. Last year she was being admitted right and forth, and now she's almost off medication. Look at how good she looks. So you can do this, and it's lifestyle. It's nothing magic. Towards the end of this session, maybe in another 15 minutes, we are going to share with you some of the things people are talking about, circadian rhythm, carbohydrate intelligence. We'll give you 2 minute snapshot of what is carbohydrate intelligence, what is circadian rhythm, and what are some of the things that we do. Yeah. Atieno, what do you want to say? Then we can ask Mrs. Wanjohi to say something.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alice. Good evening, everyone. It's really a pleasure to be here and be part of DTLC. And as season 8 comes to an end, it is not an end to DTLC. It's just the beginning of season 9. Okay. So I think the irony of the world is that we've had so many medical advances, but still with the medical advances, there's so much illness, okay? And then we are always heading towards use of medications. But the problem is, as we use medicine for everything, remember, medicines in a way are poisonous to our bodies. They can be toxic, you see, and then they have a cumulative effect. So it doesn't come without a price. So I think DTLC offers you something that more or less works with nature. And we are not totally saying that medicines are all bad, but I think if we can do it naturally, one, it is safer. And then secondly, it is less costly and then more beneficial to you. So I say that it's important that we need to get healthy, and as we're getting healthy, do it in the right way. It's not always about popping pills. So as we are walking through DTLC, the 3 things that really tend to touch me and are really dear to my heart are the 3 pillars that I see are of health. One of it is the mindset, you see. And for you to have a good mindset, you have to be able to engage. And as you engage, then you get information. And then information helps you to make informed choices. Just like Mukami was saying. And what is the beauty of informed choices? That's empowerment. Because whatever choice that you're taking, whether it is negative or positive, empowerment is not necessarily about making the right choice. We just pray that when you get the right information, then you're more likely to take the right road. So when you are informed and you make a choice out of information, then you are empowered. Okay? So that helps with your mindset to consistently show up, whether it is at work, whether it is at home, and always do what it takes. So mindset is critical. Then next is nutrition. The more real it is, the closer it is to Mother Nature. Okay? And we've seen real food reverses disease. Real food regenerates tissues. Real food supports health. Then lifestyle. How do we handle our lifestyle? By eliminating unnecessary chemicals that we do not need, sticking to real things, real food. Then sleeping well, moving your body, exercise, having great relationships, and doing what fulfills you, makes you happy, and heals you. Okay? So what do these three things do to you? Mindset, nutrition, lifestyle. They strengthen your immunity, they reduce inflammation in your body, and reverse health conditions, So if you have disease states, then you find a lot of times they're reversed and sometimes totally. Then it also helps in detoxification. When you give your intestines enough rest, your system is able to clear things and take it out of your system, through urine, through your gut. Okay? So even what comes out of you is important because it can give you a message as to whether you're doing well or not. Okay? And when we rest well, we eat well, we sleep at adequate times, then we are able to repair cells that are damaged. And then there are some cells that are irreparable, and these cells can then be eliminated. Otherwise, then we are at risk of cancer and other health issues. Then above all, you have overall good well-being and increased energy. So DTLC does a lot for you. And so I pray those of us who have been here are a testament to what they've experienced. And those of us who are intending to join, you are encouraged to come and try something new and see the difference it will make in your life. So that's all from me.
You're muted.
Thank you, Dr. Jalango. Thank you very much. And I'm saying Dr. Maina, we have two family doctors, Dr. Tina Jalango, who just spoke, and Dr. Maina. Dr. Maina, let's give Mrs. Wanjohi the opportunity, and then you can say something. Then we go on to the next part. Thank you very much. Mrs. Wanjohi, please go ahead.
Yes. Thank you very much, Dr. Joan. After listening to Dr. Akeno, she has actually summarized what I was going to mention or what I was going to say. But first and foremost, the key achievements for me is that change of mindset to accept totally what is being taught here and to accept, to work at it, to see whether I can say the same things as my colleagues are saying. With the meals, I was a disaster with meals. You organized me. And humbly so, you talk to me so humbly that even when I'm so disorganized, I learn how to organize myself. Exercises, which I had stopped, kind of to say, I've done it since I was born now. Why should I continue on with it? But the minute I listened to the discussion of what it does, not that I did not know, but I started walking. And I find myself making 7,000 steps in a day. And I come hilarious, I feel fresh, I feel good. I can even decide I want to run back. But slowly, as you tell us, step by step, and you improve greatly. Sleeping, a disaster. I was. And I remember even somebody asked me, what time do you sleep? You're always eating your meals very late because I never slept before 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Ask me what I was doing, I can't tell you. I am now organized, mindset changed, lifestyle changed. Sleeping, I'm sleeping and I jump in bed and I sleep. Don't ask me where it is coming from because it was not there before. And the other thing I was wondering about, we start measuring food with cups. Am I going to get enough? Yet, I have been measuring. Sometimes when I put it on the plate, I say, is this actually going to be enough for me?
Yeah.
But doctors, I can tell you now, I am measuring, I am eating. My stomach, I don't know, it has shrunk. I get enough. I don't want to hear anything about anything else. And that's it. And lastly, because almost everybody has said everything, I feel my course, Daktari, has been too short. 6 weeks. I want to learn more. I want to learn more. And I want to see the goal. As the other colleagues are saying, 1 minute my blood sugar is good. Another minute I say, okay, let me take this little fruit and see. It goes up and I get very upset. But I live to the day that I will feel everything is even. And with what you committed doctors are doing to us, which I've never seen with anybody else, I have faith that when I finish, if I'm allowed, the courses with you, God is with me, God is with you, I will see a great change. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You're seeing great changes already, and you've just done the shorter week. We needed to take a break before January. Season 9 comes on 3rd of February. So we have time to save and we have time to join the program and get it done. Okay, last one. My mommy from Zambia. Sebi, please go ahead.
My story is quite short. I was a member of the first session, I think, season 1.
Yes.
And I joined that session when I had just finished my chemotherapy. I think mine is totally different from the diabetes that people are talking about. Me, it was cancer. The lymphoma cancer, that's what I was found with. And after my chemotherapy, you know, it's a brutal treatment. I was finished. For me to start walking like Dr. Alice prescribed, I always call her Alice. She's my daughter. I don't talk about Ojuang.
Yes, okay,
She's my baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I couldn't even walk 500 steps. It was difficult. But she kept on telling me, please keep it up. Continue, mom, continue. If you feel very tired, you stop. That was just on phone, on Zoom, all the time. And I realized I was continuing to make more and more steps. I'm sure you have seen my steps now. I go up to 12,000, sometimes 11, sometimes 14. So after chemotherapy, I was quite ill. I was still feeling bad. Then I was told to go for the PET scan. I decided to come to Nairobi at Aga Khan Teaching Hospital for the PET scan because there is another one in South Africa, but I decided to come so that I can meet Dr. Alice, Dr. Ojuang, face to face with my daughter. She needed to look at me and I came. She escorted me to the hospital. I had the PET scan and I was told, no, there's still a little bit of cancer cells. Now she taught me how to eat so that I can kill the cancer cells. Certain foods promote the growth of the cells. So she told me, Mom, eat these types of food. Avoid this food. We want to kill this cancer in your body. And that she did. I started doing exactly what she told me, exercising, eating at the right time, right amounts, not a lot of food, trying to get fat when you are not. That wasn't good for me. So she taught me how to manage my problem. And here I am. That was 2020, 2021, 2022. That's when I came to Nairobi. I'm still here. Some few months ago, I went to the hospital for further tests. They said, there are no cancer cells in your body. Do what you are doing, right? Continue doing what you are doing. Keep it at bay, far away from you. Don't do anything that will bring back this disease. It's deadly. And that I know, because I came from the edge of the grave. I could see that, oh, this is how people die. And I knew I was going to die. But I didn't die because of season 1 that I joined. At the hospital, these male doctors, they don't say much. Oh, what they want to see is you go for chemo. Sometimes chemo can even kill you because your body is so weak. But she told me how to eat well so that I can remain strong. And this is how I've been sustained up to where I am today. I still talk to her, we call her. I have joined season 8 because I want to refresh the knowledge that I got way back there. I thought maybe I'm relaxing a bit. I think I'm okay. I may not be. It can come back anytime. So let me join season 8. I'll join again. It's not about what, it's food. Food is medicine. Medicine that will not leave you with complications. It will not leave you with side effects. It will help you to get stronger, and fight the disease. That's how good it is. So I'm urging all those people who are still hesitating to join the next season. Do so. You can join as many times as you want, because the more you learn, the more armed you are, the stronger you become to know how to deal with your condition. And knowledge is power. So let's get more knowledge from these sessions. They really help. Here I am. 2020, I had chemotherapy. I'm still here today, talking, running. So please don't stop. Money is nothing when it compares to life. When you have life, you can have everything you want. But without life, you are gone. That's the end of the story. So let's continue with these sessions. They are good for us. They keep us going. We all love life, and I love life too. I'm still here. Thank you, Alice. I love you.
And the team. And thank you too, wow, for sharing your story, Mama. Thank you so much. You know, some of these people don't want to share, but we appreciate that you can share. And so we want to, you can see everybody, it's not just about diabetes. It's not just about overweight. We don't put people in a weight loss program, we teach you how to eat healthy so that you can be able to prevent cancer, kill the cancer cells, improve your autoimmune. We have people who've had migraines. We have people who have had fertility issues. We have 2 babies since season 1, let me tell you. So a lot going on, and it's not rocket science. So maybe, Dr. Maina, where are you? Can we hear your voice at least?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm very impressed by this last season, one with a posting, and this was not even a diabetic one, with a posting. I mean, these participants were keen up to now, which is a very good thing. Like Dr. Juang said, the lifestyle is a main issue, and it's not rocket science. There's nothing we're telling you that you don't know. We're just refining and redefining some of the things you know. I know a lot of people get shocked when we tell them, okay, you can't eat beans and rice, beans and chapati. Somebody will come and tell you, I'm diabetic. I was told brown rice, brown ugali. And I'm looking at this person and I'm thinking, who told you that? Now, when you tell them, there's no difference. One is refined, the other one is not. You can eat either, or all you have to do is just make the portion smaller. If you're hungry, add your veg, add your animal protein, and you're good to go. the other thing you need to realize is you come, we have a discussion. I will not tell you, I will advise you what to do. Ask questions, because at the end of the day, you will leave my office. I will not go with you. I will not know what you're doing at home. But when you come in the next time and you have lost weight, your either cholesterol, your sugar, your blood pressure, or whatever disease you have has improved, then we know you're on the right path. The other thing is we tend not to go for medicals. I would urge all of you, those who have participated, continue doing your medicals when necessary. Those who have not participated, please do your medicals. I had a client today who took her husband to the eye clinic, and the doctor in the eye clinic looked at her and told her, "Can we check your sugar?" And she was wondering, why? I don't have any symptoms, because she knows the symptoms. Woe unto her, her sugar was 14. She comes here, she's diabetic. So we started the journey with her today. And she told me, the next time I see you in 2 months' time, I will have made progress. And I told her, good, but I told her, look, I'm not asking you to lose all your weight in a day. You change your eating habit. It's a lifestyle disease. It's a disease, or most chronic diseases, you don't go on holiday from them, they're with you. So how do we manage? We just change a few things, especially the carbohydrate. So carbohydrate intelligence, for those who have gone through the program and have not yet been able to get it right, please just get in touch, because we are still seeing a few people, and I'm sure Alice has probably talked to individual, or Mildred has, where you're looking at the plate and you're thinking, what do we do? It's still confusing for some, but at the end of the day, you will be able to get it right. And once you get it right, you're good to go. Now, it doesn't mean that this Christmas season, ujinyime, or you refuse to eat, or you refuse to be with people because, no. You know what you're supposed to do. Somebody tells you, just taste this piece of cake. Taste it. Why would you refuse? We're a social being. Yeah. Tomorrow is another day. Don't repeat. But this season, go out, enjoy yourselves, take care, and let's see you in the new year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Maina. So those are the family doctors who are always here. My background is dietetics and nutrition, and Dr. Tieno and Dr. Maina are in. I wanted to see your face, but you didn't let us. Maybe next time. Dr. Tieno and Dr. Maina are in diabetes care and the medical doctor, so we take care of each other here. So I just want to share a slide. You've been hearing many things, carbohydrate intelligence and maybe circadian rhythm. So let me share a slide about carbohydrate intelligence. And we won't do everything, but we'll just share current slide. So what is carbohydrate intelligence? Carbohydrate intelligence is just, let's say I'm the one who started that term. So it is my term. It is knowing what are carbohydrates and when you should eat it and how you should eat it. So carbohydrates, everybody, when you're told carbohydrates, it means a lot of things. Starch is rice, breads, chapatis, okay? But what is carbohydrate? So if we quickly go up here, okay, let's say here, when you take 5 grams of carbohydrates, and excuse me, I'm starting somewhere in the middle, but you will get the point just now, so hang in there. When you take 5 grams of carbohydrates in your diet, it's like taking 1 teaspoon of sugar, 5 grams of carbohydrates. So I'm coming. So let's say this is a common meal that people used to eat even when I was a kid. You'd have cereals, toast, and fruit juice. So 1 slice of bread is going to give you about 15 grams of sugar. That is equivalent to taking 3 teaspoons of sugar. A glass of juice is like 200 ml is 8.6 teaspoons of sugar. Cornflakes, which is very refined, is equivalent to taking 8.4 teaspoons of sugar. So when you take cereals, toast, and fruit juice, you have taken 3 types of carbohydrates, 3 types, and that is equivalent to taking 21 teaspoons of sugar. Whether you're not living with diabetes or not, this is bad for your health. So the more you continue to do this, the more you get sick and get worse. Okay, let's go. So if you have like a banana, one regular banana is about 120 grams. That is almost 6 teaspoons of sugar. So you can't have 2 bananas, 3 bananas in one meal or a snack. Okay? So I fast forward. Let's go food. So we decided to do a book that shows how much carbohydrates is in different types of food. So if you have a plate of rice, this is equivalent to about 150 grams of rice. This will give you equivalent of 9 teaspoons of sugar. And this is going to impact your blood pressure, impact your blood sugar, and impact your weight, and of course your health, because everything we eat becomes sugar, and that sugar the body utilizes it for energy. But when you're overeating this so much sugar, your body starts to produce stress hormones, insulin, stress hormones to deal with this. Then you get into what you call insulin resistance. So insulin resistance is not a problem for people who are diabetic only. It's insulin resistance affects everything. Everything, including cancers, preventable. So we teach our clients or help them to understand this notion of carbohydrates. So yes, you can have rice, there's no problem. You need some sugar in your diet, there's no problem. But the question is how much? So let's go. So you see, you eat one slice of bread, it's white bread, it's like eating 4 teaspoons of sugar. That's the impact it has on your sugar. Brown bread is a little bit better, but you can see the more bread you have on your diet, the more sugar you're getting. And the higher the carbohydrate content, the more sugar you get. Okay, let's fast forward to people's foods now, okay? And I took some plates that I was looking at. So you can see this person is having a meal, they're having double carbohydrates. This is maize and beans, they all fall in the carbohydrate group, and then they're having it with the fruit. So this is something you want to stop doing completely. Even if you have never joined this program and you change that, you will see the difference in your blood sugar, in your health, and in your weight, okay? So you find that this person is having a meal, and this meal, they have rice and fruit. That is double carbohydrates, all right? They have rice and beans, double carbohydrates. You have beans and you have potatoes, 2 types of carbohydrates, okay? You can see beans and chapati, okay? And one of the things we always tell our clients, we don't want you eating in 3 plates of food. You need to eat in 1 plate of food. So it's always a fight at the beginning, but eventually people learn to use a plate of food. You don't need 3 plates of food. So this is 2 types of carbohydrates, and that is 2 types of carbohydrates, you know, some chapati and this, okay? And the story goes, you see somebody has their beans, then they will have their bread, you know, and then they have a fruit with it. So you can see the problem, beans, chapati. So this is a recommendation. Do not eat 2 carbohydrates in one meal. Eat 1 carbohydrate. Don't eat rice with your chapati. Don't eat bread with your fruit. Don't eat chapati and beans. Choose your carbohydrate. So in other words, which is my carbohydrate? If you're going to have breakfast, where is my carbohydrate coming from? Is it coming from the fruits? Is it coming from the beans? Is it coming from starch? Where is it coming from? And so as you go on in the groups, you find that people eating healthy. So this is all double carbohydrates. And definitely these are not good at all. But with time, people are able to change how they eat. And so they end up having 1 carbohydrate. So that was a mini session on carbohydrate intelligence. So meaning you need to always make sure you have vegetables on your plate. That reduces the amount of carbohydrates you're going to take. And if you're here and you're 35 going above, you don't need to take 3 meals. Take breakfast like a king, and 4, 5 o'clock, take your dinner, no animal protein, and go for it. All right? So now we want to give you time for questions. 2, 3, 4 questions. And then we can tell you what you need to do to maintain the lifestyle that you have already learned. Thank you very much. Yes, Ramat. Go ahead, Ramat. Nice to see you here. You can unmute.
Yes. Good evening to you all. Yeah, nice to see you. Regarding a question, I was just wondering, regarding fruit and say rice, could you put the portions in such a way that you have a bit of both? For instance, if you're having a quarter cup rice and then have a small orange, could you do that, or it's best to just have one?
Well, you could. If you know how to measure your portions, it's not a problem. You can do that.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
But before you get to there, you know, now that's now when your carbohydrate intelligence is high. Then you're able to measure to have 2, but you've measured the portions. But when we are starting the program, then we don't want you to eat 2 carbs. Learn to just eat 1 carb in a meal, you know, and a meal. So your fruits are part of your meal. They are not snacks, you know. It's part of your meal. So for breakfast, I'll have 2 ripe bananas will be my carbohydrate, some pieces of meat, and some vegetables. It's not a snack. So we are requesting you not to eat snacks. You don't need to eat snacks. Yes. Thank you. Yes, Dr. O.
Oh,
Yes.
hi. Me?
Yes, please. Dr.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Alice. Thank you, all of you. I got the invitation from my friend, Dr. O.
Yes.
I've not been here, so I came to listen. But when I got it, I did invite quite a number of people that I know that have some challenges. Also, my daughter, who has popped on some weight, but she wasn't able to attend. So how can somebody reach you, Dr. Alice? And also, how do people register for the seasons?
Okay. Thank you so much. That's a very good question. So in the chat, we keep posting the season, the link to the season, and they can post it afresh so that people who just come in can see it. And then there's also a telephone number. Also, if you want to enroll on the program, you can just put your email address and your cell number with your country code, and we will get back to you immediately. Thank you so much. Yeah.
No, I was, okay, well, if I get it, I want to invite people that I know. This is really, really, really great, especially for us, that they call the minority in America. I find this really beneficial for all of us to eat right. So it's in the chat.
It's in the chat, and also put your number on the chat, and Lydia in Brighton will contact you. Yes. Okay.
I will assist with that too, to spread this.
Yes.
In our community in the US. I'll
All right.
assist.
This is huge. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And the more people we have, the cheaper it costs, because we're still trying to get funds. We're still trying to get funds, because this is something that should help really majority. And you know, let's just talk for this part of the world where we are. Medicine is so expensive. You can't afford it. People die because they don't have cancer treatment. They die because they don't have autoimmune treatment. They die because they can't afford diabetes medication. They get complications because they can't control it, because there's not sufficient medicine. So prevention is the best medicine. It's lifestyle. It's food, it's natural doctors, and of course, there's a place for medicine. But can you fully rely on medicine? No. Yes. Thank you. So questions. We're taking questions. We have 15 minutes. Yes, Omolake. I like those names. Go ahead.
Good evening from London. Thank you for your presentations. I just wanted to ask a question. It might look like it's very simple, but it's just that growing up, I've always thought that beans is protein. But when you're talking in terms of carbohydrate intelligent and talking about double carbohydrates, I see you are categorizing beans as carbohydrate, and that's very confusing to me.
Yeah.
So perhaps you could expatiate or explain further on that. Thank you very much.
Okay, very good question. And by the way, this is a fight we always have with people. So if you just take a moment and go to the internet and look at the nutrient content of beans. When you look at the nutrient content of beans, most of them are like 60% carbohydrates, then you have your protein and you have other nutrients. Most of them. But now, because remember my background is dealing with polio, overweight, and diabetes. When you eat carbohydrates, it becomes 100% sugar. So people living with diabetes who tend to eat a lot of carbohydrates, they end up taking a lot more medication in their diet, and their diabetes is likely to get worse because of the carbohydrate intake. And so when we are able to classify the carbohydrates, then they're able to maintain their weight. So yes, they can. Beans is 60% carbohydrates, so it actually falls under carbohydrate. And also remember, food is always classified in so many ways. We have food groups where you will classify them as starches, then you classify them as there's fruits and vegetables and vitamins and what. But then there's also a 3-category food, which is carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, So when you classify the food in 3 carbohydrates, then all these nutrients that are 60 plus carbohydrates fall in that category. So your fruit is carbohydrate, your legumes is carbohydrate, your dairy, milk is also carbohydrate. But we saw from the slide, milk will give you a lower carbohydrate, like it has lower carbohydrate content, but it is still a carbohydrate. So it is just knowing that you can't eat now like beans and rice because those are 2 carbohydrates. So you have to choose one to have in your meal with your protein and your vegetables. And that reduces the amount of glucose that your body is going to make, which impacts your weight, impacts your blood sugar, impacts your health generally, brain health and more. Yeah. I hope I've answered you, Omalake.
Yes, you have. Thank you very much. It's very revealing. Thank you.
Yes, and when we had, the pilot program for the Dtlc, we did it in the UK with the people around Manchester, and most of them were West Africans. And boy, did we not have fights in this program because they eat a lot of beans, a lot of beans. Wayake, I know some foods, it's beans and rice. It's a meal, it's cooked like that. And so I'm telling you, you can't eat this. You have to eat a smaller portion. But we learn and we make the changes and we see the difference and the benefit it has in our health. And so people are motivated when they make the changes and then say, so we are not stopping you from eating anything. You can eat it, but how do you eat it? So learn how to eat it fresh and enjoy it and let it fulfill you. Yes. Yep. Dr. Jalango? Yeah, questions.
I
Yeah,
think that's
somebody's
right,
saying here,
Alice.
beans and rice is a combo for most people. Yes, but it is 100%. That's like 160% carbohydrates in one meal. You can see that. And if you monitor your blood sugar, you will see it. People see it. You take your 1 hour after meal, you will see your sugar shoot like crazy. And the minute you reduce it, then you're like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. So with blood sugar monitoring, then it does help. It does give people the evidence they need to actually reduce the carbohydrate. Yeah. Yes. Okay, any comments in the chat? Any questions in the chat? No questions in the chat. Yeah.
We have some in the chat.
Yeah.
Let me just have a look
What
at
are non-animal based proteins? Yeah, so now this is wanting to trick me. Nuts. You see, you can't, most of the vegetables and most of the foods, they have nutrients. And so they will have micronutrients like your vitamins, and they have macronutrients. So most of your fruits and vegetables will also have protein, you see. So you should never worry that if you're a vegetarian and you're not eating meat, that you're not getting enough protein. You are getting enough protein. But the ones which are higher in protein content are like your nuts and seeds. You know, a lot of people don't eat nuts and seeds. But if you include that in your diet, that gives you also a lot of protein and a lot of healthy fat. But remember, the more variety you eat, the better. If we just take skuma wiki or kales, which is very common, or spinach or carrot, they have some proteins, they have some minerals, they have some carbohydrates, you know. So you don't have to be looking for a list of proteins, you know. So as long as you eat healthy, you eat a variety of foods, you're meeting your nutrient needs. Yes. Yeah. Our nutritionist is not here today to help us. Yes, we see Nox. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the information. We are very appreciative and thankful. So I'd like to ask a question.
Yes.
What is the simplest way to do self-examination, whether you are on a good trajectory of your blood pressure, or even because blood pressure goes hand in hand with your lung capacity? So what are the ways in which you could do self-examination in such a way that you would see that you require a professional help?
Okay, Dr. Jalang, over to you.
That's quite technical. But usually, let's say the simplest way to know whether your lung capacity is good, okay, is to go up a flight of stairs, you know. If you can comfortably do 3-4 flights of stairs without getting breathless, then you are okay. But if you can't do that, then there's a problem. So the best thing is to go and see a doctor, okay? Or simply just get yourself active, you know. But also depending on your age and also your blood pressure levels, then you may need to see a doctor as soon as possible, okay? And then, of course, if you're able to test your blood pressure, 90/60 to 130/80, that is your normal blood pressure, okay? Anything below that is too low, anything too high, 130/80 and above, then you need to also seek help. And sometimes help is as good as going into a lifestyle program, adjusting if you're sedentary, and you're probably not sure that you're eating right, and other issues such as sleep are not being addressed, then all those can actually limit your aerobic capacity and also have an impact on your blood pressure. So it needs a total look at the body, and sometimes it would require that you actually do a total fitness test as well. So, and there are different ways you can do. Some of them are on YouTube, and some, if you join the program, there's a week that we actually do the fitness testing. So you would be able to see where you lie.
Yeah, thank you. And like we also said earlier, you have to know the numbers. You have to know your numbers. I have been able to diagnose a lot of people with blood pressure because the first time they came to the clinic, when I was physically in the clinic, you take the blood pressure and it's like, like 170, 100. And I'm like, have you been hypertensive? I said, no. Have you ever been told your blood pressure is high? Yeah, I was told it's raised. And then what did you do about it? Nothing. So it's very important to know your number. Don't be told your blood pressure is okay. Say, what is the number? You need to know the number. And if you know your numbers, then we can prevent a lot of problems. And then, of course, also we need to get into the habit of monitoring our blood pressures. You don't just take once and then leave it. I like what one of the participants said. He's been monitoring his blood pressure, and the doctor put it off medication. So he's monitoring and the levels have stayed the same. So even if the doctors can't remove you off medication without data. So you need data. What is my data for blood pressure? What is my data for my weight? What is my data for this and that? So what medication, whatever condition you're having, what is your data? You need to know it, and you need to know what's good and what's bad. Yeah. Okay.
Can you say the same thing with the blood sugar?
Yes. And also, so your blood sugar, you know, with blood sugar, we have fasting blood sugar, then we have 1 hour after meals and 2 hours after meals. So your fasting blood sugar should usually be less than 5 millimoles. If it's American, it's 5 times 18. So that's 90 millimoles, 90 milligrams. Okay. Yes. So if it's plus 2 units, meaning it is 7, then it is raised. If you find that it is plus 4 units, 9, that means your sugar is high. But 2 hours after meal, you can actually get 10, which is okay, but we like you to be on the lower side, which is 8, okay? So if you add 2 units to that, you're getting 12 high. You're getting 14 very high, all right? And so you need to know the numbers. So is my food affecting my blood sugar? Okay, reduce the portions, increase the vegetables, choose different carbohydrates. Yes. Yeah.
And also the sizes of the fruit, particularly.
Yeah. The portions. People learn a lot. Even people learn a lot of triggers, like what triggers my sugar. Sometimes we have people who they will eat normal things because, and I learned that working with in diabetes for all these years. Once I had this client who every weekend their sugars were very high and they were type 1 diabetic. That means they were on insulin. Every weekend their sugars were extremely high, 20 something. Like the medicine was literally not working. And of course, the physician at the time said, Alice, this is what she's eating. You better find out what is raising her blood sugar. And it actually took me literally 1 month to find out what. So on the weekend, I'll go through what she's eating, but I'm not seeing, she's not putting what she's eating there. So I'm like, okay, what do you do on Friday? Okay, I go to an Indian restaurant. What do you eat? I eat this and that. What do you add? It actually turned out to be pickled chili that was suppressing her insulin action the whole weekend. But it took a lot of finding. And from that, I realized different people actually have different triggers. So for her, she takes chili, it completely suppresses insulin action and her medicine is not working. Some people, I think in Dtlc4, we had a very interesting client. For him, everything that was whole meal, the beans is whole meal. Anything whole meal was actually a trigger to him. But what happened after he started eating healthy, sleeping, drinking water, exercising, his body actually healed, and now he can take those whole meals and he is fine, But he couldn't he had to take white rice because he takes brown rice, it shoots. So when you monitor your sugar, then you actually discover what your trigger is. And people have different triggers that I have found very interesting. So I saw a question here. Somebody says, could you shed some light on appropriate fats, animal fats versus vegetable fats? So my PhD studies was on fat and carbohydrates. I did a lot of reading and a lot of reading. And if you do some research, you'll find that in the 70s, there was a scientist called Keyes. He made so many mistakes and told people how deadly the fats was. And so people avoided fat and fat was demonized. And so people avoided fat and people ate more carbohydrates in their diet. But unfortunately, fats are not that bad, by the way. And I'll tell you something I learned, which I should have known. Nature is more powerful. God created you and God created the food. So your animal fat is fine. Your saturated fat is fine. It's always how much. So all your natural fats from animals and from plant, they are fine. The problem is what man has made. Okay? So man has now taken that fat from the meat and gone and changed it around and brought it back to the market for you to have and to cook. That is the problem. So the problem is things that are processed and refined. That is the big problem. So you can eat your fatty meat, You can eat your chicken skin. There is no problem with that. You can eat your waffle with fat. There is no problem with that fat. It's natural fat. It's good for you. But when they take it to the factory and now repackage it, then that's where the problem lies. So what are you eating? Are you eating refined foods or are you eating natural food? Which do you want to eat? Yes. Okay, we've come to the end of the session. So I'll just give you some reminders, which I apparently wrote down, but you know. So the first reminder is, this is what we encourage our clients, and we're just reminding you, our participants, so that you don't fall by the wayside. Remember, obey nature. You need more food in the morning because you wake up in the morning to go to work and do many things. At night, you're going to sleep. You need less food. So do not eat your animal protein at night. Eat it in the morning so it gives you sustained energy through the day, and avoid your animal protein at night. Also remember the natural doctors. You need the sunshine, you need the laughter, you need movement, the walking, the 10,000 steps that you maintained. Please maintain it. Of course, there are days that you will be down and you won't do it. That's okay. The next day, pick up and go. Remember fresh air. You need to get out and get fresh air. You need to sleep, circadian rhythm. Remember the last video we watched? It was very interesting. It says that if you don't sleep enough, you know what the problem is going to be. Sexual health, that is natural doctor. It's natural medicine for married people. If it's not happening, we have a problem. You need to make sure it's happening. Fresh water, drink water, and eat as natural food as possible. Reminder number 2, remember your portion sizes. Don't eat a lot of food. You don't need too much food. Don't eat snacks. You don't need snacks. Eat breakfast like a king and eat dinner like a pauper. Most of the time when you finish the program towards the end, we actually make people read the diabetes code and the obesity code. These are books which have been published for fasting, and so they learn how to do that. One of the participants who participated, Mukami, told you she's fasted and lost 12 kilos, and she's much better in her health. We only teach you that after the program. So we also make you read, and we make you watch documentaries so that we have our discussion. So remember your portion sizes. Eat less. Remember, eat less and live longer. Then reminder number 3, carbohydrate intelligence. Don't eat 2 carbohydrates in one meal. Just learn to eat 1 carbohydrate at a time. Do your fitness test and find out, what is my muscle strength? What is my muscle endurance? What is my cardiovascular fitness? It is very easy. And we have a courtesy book for those who are here today. If you put your email, we will send you the courtesy book to do your fitness test. And of course, analyze your relationship with food. Remember, don't love something so much. If you love meat, you'll eat too much of it. Don't express I love, I hate. Don't feel guilty. Just have a good relationship. Dr. Maina said, it is Christmas. People are going to celebrate. Eat your piece of cake. There's nothing wrong with it. It's how much. Just remember the portion sizes. And then remember, why are we eating? When do you eat? Conscious. Eat consciously and eat what's healthy. Sleep is important. Remember your social networks. So we still are in the groups. Your groups are still there. Those are your social networks. Those are your social ties. Talk to them. Call a friend. Talk to them so that they can continue to support you. And remember, lifestyle is thy medicine, and thy medicine is thy lifestyle. So make the choices that will help you to do better. Thank you so much. And then I'll ask Dr. Tieno to say something, and then we can close the session. Yeah.
Thank you, Alice, and thank you, everyone, for making time to be with us this evening. I think we've had a very interactive session today, and just a bit of a realization of what lifestyle can do. For those of us who have been through the program in the past 6 weeks, you've seen a much, much more. and even those who have been here in the past. So lifestyle has a big, big backing on good health. So when you make appropriate decisions around your lifestyle, then you are definitely going to reap a lot of benefit. So choices have consequences. It is my prayer that with the information we get, hopefully we make the right choices, and the right choices then will bless us in the future. So thank you for being here and keeping engaged to enable you to be empowered to make better choices for life.
Yes. Thank you. Dr. Maina, are you still here? What do you want to say to everybody who's here today?
I just want to thank everyone for participating. For the admin, thank you for all you have done. I want to encourage all the participants or anyone who has not participated to join. As Dr. Juang said, it's not rocket science. The things she has told, even the ones who have not participated, if you can just incorporate them, that would be great. When we ask you to exercise, half an hour, just half an hour, not more, just walk that half hour and you'll notice a difference. Thank you, and a Merry Christmas and a blessed 2025 to all of you.
Yes. Okay. So we want to thank all the participants who shared their experiences and who encouraged everybody. Thank you so much for sharing of yourself, because this is how we help each other. Thank you very much for being here tonight. It's Friday. Most people are like, oh no, you're spoiling our evening. But you know what? This is the best thing for me. I can do this every single day, because when you do your part, then we are also happy. So over to you, Lydia. Thank you very much.
We are truly, truly grateful. On behalf of everyone here, we want to thank you, Dr. Juang, Dr. Jalango, Dr. Nyawera. Thank you for your time, your wisdom, your unwavering commitment to make a difference. We are very grateful for the opportunity to learn from each one of you. So, dear participants, we are so proud of you. We want to just take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for your hard work, for your resilience. In fact, your personal victories are not just personal, they are an inspiration for us and a big motivation for us to continue supporting you. So, are you ready to take control of your health, embrace a sustainable lifestyle, and achieve your goals? The DTLC program is your path to lasting transformation. Join a community that empowers you to have, you actually get a personalized support, expert guidance, and you experience the results. Don't miss this opportunity to invest in yourself and your future. The link to register has already been shared. Our contact details are there for any inquiries you might have. So, as we bring this inspiring session to a close, I just want to take a moment to thank each one of you, participants, supporters, our guests tonight. Your presence and active participation are what makes this community truly special. We want to remind you that we are always here for you. The WhatsApp groups remain open and active, serving as a safe space for your questions, experience, and support. So whether it's a small doubt, a big milestone, or just a moment to connect, don't hesitate to reach out. As we prepare for the next DTLC season 9, we look forward to welcoming the new cohort of participants, and we definitely will invite you to engage with the new group, probably during the orientation session. So we'll definitely communicate. And during this session, you can share your experiences and be an inspiration to the new cohort. So thank you once again for your dedication, enthusiasm, and your trust in DTLC. Until next time, take care of yourselves and know that we are always here cheering you on. So have a nice evening, and for some of you, have a very good day. Goodbye.